Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? Let's talk about Q for a minute. So, everything about Q is about a great awakening, isn't it? Everything that's getting ready to happen is going to happen, and the rest of the sheep and the populace are going to follow along. There's plenty of Q followers that are going to help that stage and populace. What about the people that are trying to now move forward and learn a little bit more? There's some of us that knew a lot about what Q is talking about. We just didn't know all the names. We didn't know all the connections and how it really worked. Of course, a lot of us didn't have any clue about how big the spider web was, but we were aware of much of it. So now what do we do next? Well, what is 5D chess? Is there such a thing as a 5D chess game? I'm not really sure. I know that we live in the 3D dimension right now, they say. If we went forward, would that be the 4th dimension? If we went forward again, 2 steps ahead, 5 dimension? I'm not sure. One thing that Q's talking about though is think for yourself, and that we can't handle the truth, and that the choice is going to be yours, and it's bigger and larger than we could ever imagine, and all these type of things. Well, if we live in a 3rd dimension, there might be a 4th dimension, there might be a 5th dimension, there might be a 6th dimension, what goes on that we can't see, that we don't understand. We're like sheep to them. We're feeders to them. It's larger than you can imagine. Most people would be put in the hospital if they learned the truth. 90% of the population would be put in the hospital, I think is what the Q drop says. 90%. If you really were able to see what the 4th dimension that's floating around, if guardian angels exist, do they exist in the 3rd dimension? Do you see a guardian angel? Do you believe in guardian angels? I'm 53 years old. I could never have survived to be 53 years old without guardian angels. Man, that's a fact in my world. But then you get to choose and believe what you want. And that's exactly what Q says. The choice is always going to be up to you. You get to decide what dimension you're going to live in. And we are definitely moving forward into the Great Awakening. And the Great Awakening is going to be stuff that we don't understand yet. Most people right now are stuck in Q. Everybody's dropping Q drops. Oh, look at this one. Look at, yeah, of course they all match. It comes from the same place. Of course they all match. Of course we're going to find connections. Put in any word. You're going to find 10, 12 Q drops that say that. I'm not saying what's happening is not happening. That is true. All those connections are true. Every single one of them. It's an incredible map. It's an incredible puzzle that's happening. It's an incredible military operation. But I don't believe that it's in the 3rd dimension that it's happening. They bring in the movie Matrix. You think that was just a coincidence? This is really what's going on. Not that I'm saying the movie The Matrix is absolutely correct and 100% correct, but you'd be surprised what's really going on, right? So the thing is, right, everybody's having a fun time right now. You see how everything goes in waves? Everybody's kind of goes in waves right now. Everybody's talking about spying tools. How can we talk about spying tools and talk about this stuff without everybody realizing it is a spying tool? The whole thing, this whole thing, everything that we use, everything that we've been on is all about spying. This is the Great Awakening. Now, what are you going to do with that? Well, you know, that's going to be up to you. But if we all get together and start to realize that we are being sheep and led by the mind control of TV, commercials, our products, our choices. When you go to Twitter and you look at your timeline, you think that you're in control of which tweets you get to look at? But you sit there and then you'll sit there and just blame Jack. Or maybe just the word Twitter and say Twitter sucks. Look at, they forced me to watch this stuff. And it still doesn't open your eyes. You'll say those words, look at, they forced me to watch this. How come I always watch and look at this person's tweets? How come this person's tweets always come up on my thing? When's the last time you went searching people's tweets down? You see how landlocked we're in? We're just completely locked into this matrix. It just never really stops. No matter how far down you go in, no matter how far big you come back up. Patriots, start thinking for yourself like you do, and have a blessed day.